Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me.
If you guys like content like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It seriously helps me out a ton. Anyway, let's get back into the video. We've got a really wild court hearing today. This completely unhinged girl in the top left is in court because she didn't pay about $2,000 in court costs and related fees, and her entire argument in this hearing is basically that she isn't a citizen and that she believes God's law outranks everyone else's law, even though she's shoplifted and done all kinds of ridiculous things. But yeah, this one is extremely entertaining, and the judge sort of has a very calm, almost amused vibe, so it's hilarious watching him respond to all the nonsense she throws out. In the end, he gives her a pretty solid sentence. And honestly, I think she kind of earned it because she's clearly not thinking straight. Huge shout out to court nerds for this clip. We're going to react to it here. I'll jump in occasionally with commentary, but let's go ahead and get into this court hearing of this chaotic girl trying to argue her case while the attorney shuts her down, the judge shuts her down, and it all makes for a really entertaining watch. So let's dive into this one.
Asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today, Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
If you want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship. 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accepted, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for a legitimation with Tariq Crump.
Miss LaFleur, can you provide me your?
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. We're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur?
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law, and that's it.
Well,
She basically said a whole lot of nothing there. Honestly, I have no clue how the judge is keeping a straight face. I don't know if it's just because he's older and has seen everything, or if this girl is just on a totally different wavelength. She's clearly delusional, and it's kind of funny because she really didn't make any real point at all. I sort of get what she's trying to say with the whole sovereign law angle, like, yeah, nobody wants the government controlling them or holding them accountable for every little thing. I understand that. But when you're deliberately breaking the law, shoplifting and all that, and you're in court because of your own actions, and you haven't paid the fees you owe, then it's completely reasonable to jail her or make her pay that money somehow. Her argument doesn't hold up here because she did commit an actual offense. If she were being falsely accused or set up for something she never did, then maybe the sovereign citizen stuff would at least make sense as a tactic. But no, she's just totally disconnected from reality, and it's obvious that her whole argument falls apart. I can't tell if she genuinely believes this or if she's putting on some act. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I kind of feel like she's actually not thinking straight. Plenty of people show up in court pretending to be unstable, but this girl seems like she really believes what she's saying. Just from this little Zoom hearing alone, it seems like she should probably be held somewhere and evaluated, because her mindset is unreal. She's so out of touch, and the fact that the judge hasn't reacted yet is honestly hilarious to me. But this is how things go nowadays, with social media and the whole victim complex culture. This is what ends up happening. And I'm not pro-government or pro-law or anything like that, but there comes a point where you need to take responsibility. If you commit a crime, then own up to it. This girl is just on another level.
saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. You have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's
Your
that
law-
$20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment. So I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't equal $2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bear false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm gonna find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40. Order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn
No.
yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And we'll send you.
I honestly have no idea what her strategy was here, because she really walked into court thinking she could act unhinged and pretend the judge wasn't going to come down on her. But honestly, this is exactly the kind of thing I'd expect from someone completely out of touch. She's clearly not thinking straight. And the sentence she got was absolutely deserved, since she ended up with 6 months for not paying the $2,000 in fees tied to whatever shoplifting mess she caused, and she's basically a perfect example of that full-on victim mentality that feels way more common these days. I don't know how you guys see it, but I swear people jump onto that mindset and ride it endlessly. Credit where it's due though, the judge handled this like a total pro, treating the whole thing like it was just another routine moment and not letting her antics faze him at all, barely saying anything until the end, staying no nonsense, and sticking to the facts, which honestly I wish more people did because most folks lead with emotion and snap instantly, but he just worked with what he had. She could have had someone represent her, but instead she chose to act unstable and it totally blew up in her face because the judge saw right through it and shut it down. I truly don't understand why anyone would rather end up in jail than just admit what they did, because if she had been even slightly reasonable and used her last 2 brain cells, she probably could have walked away with a bigger fine and avoided jail entirely, but with her arrogance and attitude she absolutely earned the sentence, and honestly, tell me what you think, I kinda believe jail can knock a little sense into people. I don't know if people are naturally born with that smug, self-important attitude, but I'm not sure she'll come out any different since she seems locked into this mindset that she's above everyone else, like she's some untouchable divine figure or whatever nonsense she's convinced herself of. And to end on a somewhat